everyone. Welcome to my live stream. My name is Denise Hutchins and I'm broadcasting to you from Studio Mikarts. Our charity of the month is Tower Hill Stables Animal Sanctuary, and you can help me help them by donating to our fundraiser here on Twitch, visiting their website, which I posted in the chat, or simply by watching my streams and bringing your friends, because I'll be making my own donation at the end of the month based on my unique viewers count. If you enjoyed today's stream, please support my creative work by becoming a Twitch subscriber to remove ads and get cute emotes, joining my Patreon for illustrated postcards and prints in the mail, or sending me some creative fuel through Buy Me a Coffee. Links to all these can be found in my Twitch About section. Today is Wednesday, which means it's time for more illustration, and I am back to work on my Onomatopoeia bees. I've gotten a nice full night's sleep so that I can go back to thinking how I'm going to deal with the onomatopoeia part of this piece. I'm finally adding that, as you can see with these big buzz here on the screen, but that is not satisfactory to me. I remember, now that I am saying it, what I wanted to do, try doing at least, is making a new layer. Let's call it SFX map. And try drawing at least one, maybe multiple maps to direct where I want these strings of onomatopoeia words to run and fill the space. So I have made that new layer, and now I'm just rearranging my physical workstation here. Now that I looked over, I also want to get a little sip of water. To be honest, I might need to take a longer break than usual or end early because my stomach's been bothering me for a little while. So I'm just going to hang in there and see how far I can get today. But it started bothering me like half an hour ago. So we'll see. Maybe it will pass. For now, I'll get a little drink of water. It could be that I had a really big lunch because I got to breakfast super late, so I just ate my breakfast and my lunch together. So I just ate a huge meal, so maybe that's the problem. And given a little time and little sips of water, maybe I can work through that. So I'm going to turn off the sound effects layers for now. And for the SFX map, I want to do the same thing I did with the light direction and have a really, it's kind of hard though. I want to have a really vibrant color that stands out. I guess it'll have to be yellow again because I purposefully avoided yellow with these bees because yellow is already powerfully associated with bees. And so that's why there's hardly any yellow. There's maybe the tiniest bit like yellowish green right here in the background, but for the most part I actively avoided yellow. So we'll use yellow again. Since the light direction, I did the same thing. I used yellow. So just gonna try to think about, oh, my stylus doesn't want to work. Stylus, why aren't you working? Oh, there we go. What the heck? I was having trouble yesterday too. Hold on, I gotta get another sip of water. I was having various problems yesterday too. I don't know what's going on. Alright, we're gonna go to the brush. Let's make sure what the settings are. Make sure that they are what I want them to be. Okay. Close that for now. So I guess what I'm thinking is might want to avoid covering the bees with the onomatopoeia. I think for the most part I've done that with my previous pieces as well. Let's look at them to get some sense of precedence. So this is the most recent one I did. And I did cover some. Right here. It's very, very translucent, so that the moos are traveling through the group. And here in front. So I have done that, but this is perhaps the only area, yeah, this is the only area in this piece, up here in the top right, where I am covering up an important part of any of these characters. And I've got a little bit covering the mouth here. But even then, this is the only character who is facing away from the viewer, like almost entirely away. Here, this one and this one, they're kind of facing to the side, but for the most part they're at least facing partially toward the viewer, so it's a little less detrimental to be covering up a face that is already almost obscured by the cheek and the neck anyway. So there's that one. Let's look at some of the other ones, get more ideas of what I've already done so that we can stay congruent across the series. Here's the dogs. So with the dogs, a tiny bit. We've got the Wang Wang coming in between. A teeny tiny bit covering the tiniest little piece of the chest of this dog. Otherwise, none covering the dogs themselves. There is a little bit covering the blanket that this dog is in. It's right here too. And I guess if you consider that part here, it's the same thing going on there too. Oh, Exie is here. Hello, Exie! Oh, thank you so much. That is so incredible. Thank you for subscribing. Tier 1 for 32 months. 32 months streak. Thank you so much. Hope you're doing well. If you just want to lurk or you're just passing by, totally understand. But I'm so happy you could stop by at least for a moment. Thank you so much for your support as always. I really appreciate it. Yay! Alright, so we do have more evidence of covering, but not covering anything important. None of these dogs' faces are being covered. We do have a little bit even of the speech bubble being covered, but it's just at the very edge. Okay, so let's look at another one. Oh, yay! Exie is here to stay. Oh, yeah, it's been so long. Yeah, I'm well, thank you. I've had a bit of a stressful summer, but I'm hanging in there and getting through it, and I'm using all of my different coping skills to great effect. So that's why I'm here today. Yay! Hope you're doing well too. And thank you for asking, as always. Okay, so let's look at one more. Look at the owls. Let's see, where's the final? There we go. Okay. So with the owls, they have a much bigger space to exist in because they're just flying around in this starry sky. So we don't have any covering up going on here. But this is a very different environment to what we're looking at with the bees, because the bees is a very small space actually. We're looking at it top down, so we're the ones, as the viewers, taking up the sky. We are in the area that would be the sky to the bees. So yeah, I think it might be, I guess I'll have to think about it on a case-by-case basis, because I could use an overlap to help push some of these bees farther down and show that they're below. Some bees, like this group with this blue one, they already have their wings are already doing that. Like this bee is getting completely obscured almost in certain areas, like right here, because this bee above it is obscuring with the wings here, and then the blue bee is on top of that obscuring with their wings. Oh, it's super hot where you are too. It's hot here too, though I realized recently that we haven't had terrible wildfires recently. So far, close to us, there's been wildfires in the general, you know, like the American Northwest. There have been wildfires already, but it's not like last year or the year before, so I've been sort of focusing on the good instead of the bad, meaning that, yeah, it's pretty hot here too. The AC is always on, and even with the AC, I'm in the basement with air conditioning, and it's still too hot, so I have my little fan going as well. Even though I didn't have time to change out of my workout clothes, so I'm in very cool clothes as well. But nope, it's still that hot. I'm sorry to hear that you're having a stressful time, though. I hope that you've got the support you need to get through it, whatever it is. I'm starting to wonder if maybe it would be a good idea to put the speech bubbles in first. Because if I plan sound effects going through here, and I plan them with the idea of filling in this space, I might waste my time and energy because this space has been reserved for a speech bubble. Originally, I thought that maybe I wanted to do the sound effects first so that I wouldn't design around the speech bubbles too much, but now I'm thinking the opposite. So that might help me with figuring out where I want the sound effects to go. So let's do that. I've been doing the speech bubbles in Clip Studio Paint, so I gotta rearrange my workspace again. Lifting up my tablet and bringing my keyboard and mouse back over. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear it. All of it. Oh, thank you. Yay! I'm glad you think they look amazing. I wasn't quite sure at the beginning. I thought I might want to change it by the end, but once I added all of the shading and highlighting, I'm like, yeah, this is good. These are the Skittles. Do you have Skittles over there? These are the Skittle bees that I wanted. Okay, let's see. That's Clip Studio. I want Clip Studio Paint. Clip Studio is kind of like this Adobe Creative Cloud is to Photoshop. It's like the overarching program. So now I'm just going to save this. And then I'm going to open that file. Let's see, visual art, artwork, projects. And we are going to open this but save it as a different file. So this is the same one open in Photoshop right now. But I don't want to save over this because it's not 100% compatible. Clip Studio Paint can open Photoshop files, but they're not completely compatible, which means some things get lost. Oh, okay. You kind of have a Skittle equivalent. Sorry about my loud fans. Hey, you can even see the colors look different here. Look at this. They look more vibrant in Photoshop than in Clip Studio. It's a bit duller. But that's fine, because all I want to do here is add the speech bubbles. So we're going to save as, which will save it as something else, and we're going to put Clip Studio. Actually, maybe I'll put speech bubbles. Ooh, I don't remember what I named the other ones. No, I'll put both. Speech bubbles. Clip Studio speech bubbles. So it's going to be really long, but then I know exactly what it is. There we go. In fact, we could take the final off and that'll shorten it a bit. Because this one definitely is the final one. And I'm going to be taking information from this and putting it into there. But save. So that's good. So the Skittles made you hungry. I had to get some food. I don't know if I should apologize or not. If you needed some nutrients, then you're welcome. If you're trying not to snack unnecessarily, then my apologies. Taking another drink of water. The stomach pain I've been having today is easing off a little bit, so I'm hoping that with time it will continue to do so. Okay, time to do a speech bubble. I have not done this in over a year. So here's the speech bubble tool. I have a little sticky note on my PC tower about this. So we want the rounded balloon tool. And let's see, how do I see the settings for this? So it says object tool brush size 30. I guess that's this. This says only 5. So we'll do 30. Hopefully that's what it means. Balloon tail. So that's different. That's a different thing. So hopefully this will be fine. And I don't remember how I was doing the color, but I guess I will just focus on getting the balloon in there first, then we'll work on the color. That seems good. Oh, I want to open another one so I can compare. Let's go to the cows. Speech visuals pain. Where is... I don't seem to have a Clip Studio. Oh, Meow Meow Cows clip. I just saved it as a Clip Studio file for this one. I guess that's for the best. Ah, look. I have not applied any color, anything. Well, that looks right then. Okay, sweet. Now I just need to add the tail. So we'll go to Balloon Tail Tool. And I have a note, spline 295 width. We want spline and we want 295. How do I undo that? How do I move this? Dang it. I'm gonna have to do it again. No. Trying to get it to fit nicely right here. I haven't done this in a while. So set that there. And then you can start adding points. I don't know. I don't think it needs to be so big. It's really huge. Maybe if I start it farther in. And it's important to me that it seems to come not from the mouth, but from the wings. Because that's where the sound is actually coming from. So I want this point to face the wings. So I think that's good. I'm trying to save these flowers in the background. That's why I'm creating a much bigger tail than I think it necessarily needs on this speech bubble, but also helps with preserving some of the more detailed elements of the background. Okay, so we're making another rounded balloon, and it's going to go up here. I wonder if I can move this. I think I need to use the hand tool. Oh, no. Oh, said it was moved. I guess I need this one. The object tool. Oh, it's going to move both of them. How do I just move this one only? Okay, here we go. And it's nice. You can resize it. So what I want is there to be, I don't want there to be any subtle sense of inequality between these bees, because one is going to be, in essence, speaking Japanese and one is going to be speaking English. For one, they're not really speaking because it's coming from their wings. But the point is that I don't want to make one language bigger or smaller. That's why I made these two bees the same size. I don't want there to be some subtle bias between one against one language or for the other language. If that makes any sense. Maybe it doesn't matter, but it kind of does. It matters to me. So that's why I am trying hard. These little subtle things matter to me in my illustration work. So I wanted these to be about the same size. They were, I checked. And I've got what I wanted with the tail, which is that it's not covering up. So I did actually want overlap here. So just as I have a little bit of overlap with this flower, this bee right here, and a little bit of overlap with these flowers, but I was also still avoiding doing a huge cover up right here. Same thing here, a little overlap here. Well, I didn't want to cut into this flower, especially because I think it would just be, it feels like it fits really nicely right here. If I pulled this tail farther down, there'd be a lot of lines coming together. And so I like having that breathing room right here as well. And it's pointing toward the wing, which I wanted. It also kind of ends up pointing toward the mouth, but the wing is first, so that's good. So let me save this real quick. Layer information not compatible is contained. Layers will be rasterized. Maybe I should save this. First I'm going to save this as a .clip. Save as. And then I'll have two kinds. Two files. Because I think what will be lost is all the information that allows me to change these bubbles later if I want to change them. Oh, XD is back. Welcome back! Hope you got a delicious snack. I have some fruit waiting for me in the fridge if I feel peckish on my breaks today. But my stomach is still bothering me, so I might not eat anything. It started bothering me a little bit before the stream. It's gotten a little bit better, but not completely resolved. If it gets worse, I might call the stream early, but it's not getting worse so far, so. It's not bad enough to not stream right now. And I am so close to done with this piece. I really want to work on it. So I'll push through just a little bit. Oh, thank you. I don't know what it is. It's just a little acute tummy ache that, not cute as in adorable, acute as in A-C-U-T. Sudden. Sudden onset. Dang, this is taking a long time to save. I've been having some struggles. I wonder if it's because it's so warm in here. Maybe my PC is having trouble. Then again, I do have 2 art programs running and OBS and Firefox. Maybe it's understandable. Come on, man. It says writing a file. It's done here, at least on the picture. I only have one little step left, which is adding the text. So it says boom boom and buzz buzz. Can I do anything? It's like it's frozen. At least it doesn't seem like my whole PC is frozen, just the program. Come on, Clip Studio Paint. You can do this. I did get a... Oh, finally. I got some sort of upgrade. I don't remember if I applied it. There was a Humble Bundle recently, like in the past few months. And it included an upgrade. I don't know if I actually applied it. Maybe I should do that, if I didn't already. Anyway, it finally saved, so let's add that text. So we're going to go to the text tool. I also have notes for this. The Nihongo font I've been using is... So I'm going to put it on the left. And I've been using Mikarts PB, which is... I loved finding this font ages ago, this Mikarts font group, because my chosen nickname is Mika, so I was like, oh, it's my font. Okay, what was it? Mikarts PB. That's what we want. And we're just gonna write, okay, let's make sure, oh good, it's in Japanese. Boom. Boom, boom. Yeah, that's what we want. Probably want to make it bigger though. Do I have... I don't have any particular font size, so I guess I'll just do what seems right for the speech bubble. Oh, that's way too big. 40... 38. That's fitting in there. What did I do over here? So here I squished the bubble a little bit to fit it better, which makes sense. Something I could do is boom boom like this. But I also want to see, did I do that in other ones? Yeah. Let's look. It's getting hard to check all of these different files because I want to be consistent across the project. Let's look at the mice. Let's see. What did we do? Oh, I did. Okay, good. I put choo choo. Stacked it on top. So we could do boom boom here. And then we can make the text a little bigger and it fits better in this shape of balloon. Are? Why? That's not what... I don't know what it was editing. Hopefully not that one. Oh, that's so weird. Okay. This. We're going to put this on... Sure, 42. Nah, too small. 46. Does that look like... I guess that's what I'm seeing there. It just looks a little weird to me, but maybe because it's in black and white. What I do by the end is make these speech bubbles colorful as well. But I do that in Photoshop, apparently. I couldn't remember if I did it in Photoshop or in here, but since these are black and white, I think it's in Photoshop. Well, I guess that feels like a comfortable fit, so let's do the other bubble. We want this one to say Buzz. Wow! Let's put it in English to start with. Roman letters. And then instead of Tahoma, what I want is Anime Ace 2.0 BB. Anime Ace. There it is. So Buzz. Buzz. Buzz, Buzz. How do I move this? No, I don't want to move the whole thing. I do not use this as often as I use I use the Clip Studio Paint way less often. Now, how can I want it to like be in this bubble. Wonder why it did that. It made it on a separate layer when this one... Hold on, I'm gonna try again. How do I get it to be part of this layer? Okay, I want that Anime Ace. Okay. Ah, I see. My icon, my cursor has a little plus. Okay, now the cursor is centered, so I think it's gonna work. Ah, it's typing in Japanese again. Buzz. Buzz. Ah, nice. It seems like 40 is the perfect size for that too, because it fits just as nicely. Yay! So let me open the cows in Photoshop. Maybe it's still in my recent files. I'm gonna the actual PSD, not the JPEG, because I want to see what I did to the speech bubbles to get them colorful. Speech bubble. Okay, I have two different color overlay effects applied. So you can see the difference. This is like brown, and this is like a yellowish brown, and this is like a pinkish brown. Compare that to here where it's just black and white. So that means we can save this. Let it save as a .clip. See if it's going to take like 5 minutes to save. It's funny how it has the bar all the way full as if it's done, but it sits here for so long. And then I'm going to have to save it again because I want to save it as a Photoshop file. But maybe Photoshop can open a clip file. I don't know. Guess I could try that first, because if it can open the clip file, then that'll make it a bit easier for me. Maybe this is also a sign that I need to start saving up for more RAM or something. There we go. Finally. Okay. So let's try opening that. Well, it's able to show a preview of it. So that seems hopeful. But then again, that's Windows showing me the preview, not Photoshop. So let's see if it'll open it. Can't recognize it. Okay. So I think to keep my file sizes down, what I had been doing was just turning off every other layer and just saving this as a ping. What do I have right now as far as my PC stats? Let's see. Let's see. How do I do that? There's a way to do it. There's display settings. That's not quite right. System. About. So I've got export usually uses disk rather than RAM. Well, I've got 64 gigabytes of RAM. I've got an Intel Core i9 blah 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 CPU. Disk. Well, I'm not sure which disk it's using to process, but if it's using... how do I see that? I think I gotta go in here. If it's using my Windows disk, well, it is almost full. I don't know how to... Let's see, properties. Oh, look at that. So it's almost full. I don't know what data it would need. Oh, I have all these disks. Yeah, I have a ton of disks. But my main Windows one is almost full. Maybe that has to do with it. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. 64, that's more than enough. That's what I was thinking. Like, why is it so slow? I'm pretty sure we upgraded my computer really well like a year or two ago. But maybe it's just a program because it doesn't take that long in Photoshop. Alright, we don't want Clip Studio format. We want ping. Saving this as a ping. Layer information. That's okay. Yes. Oh, you have 16. Yeah, I remember the days of trying to run Photoshop when I had 8 RAM. And it would literally take like 10 minutes to finally open up Photoshop, and yeah, it was tough. So that's why I've been a little bit like, come on, why is it taking so long? Because I was pretty sure that I had a good setup here. I was set for a little while. Yeah, probably just Clip Studio. I gotta see if this just says Clip Studio Paint. I gotta see if I got that upgrade installed. Because as you can see, Photoshop works pretty well. There's been some tools that have been like, really sluggish, but for the most part, most things are really responsive. Okay, now we can open that ping and just set it right in. Whoops. Set it right in here. Boom. So we'd have to reposition it, but... Wait, I have a great idea. I don't have to reposition it. There's an even better idea. What I do is this. Control-Alt. Control-Copy. Then... Paste... Wait, where's paste? Where is paste? Oh, paste special. Paste in place. There. Now I don't have to reposition. Yay! So, that's not all though. I want to put these on their own layers. So I'm going to grab that one with a marquee, Control X, and once again paste in place, and then it will be on its own layer. Oh, it pasted on my sound effects map. Well, I'll just rename it. Left speech bubble. Actually, I'll call it Boom Boom speech bubble. That's even more direct. Boom Boom. Boom Boom speech bubble. Boom. Next, Buzz Buzz speech bubble. And from the cows piece, I'm going to copy these effects, copy layer style, and paste them on here, onto both. And actually I want to put these into a folder, into a group, so that I can close them when I'm done working on them, and it'll be a little less visual information bombarding me with my crazy 100 different layers that I have on here. So these are now a color, but not the right color. Let's make it match. I love that in the new Photoshop, I don't know when they added this, but I've been using Photoshop since Photoshop 7. So back in the day, you couldn't just add another color overlay. You had one color overlay and that was it. You had to rasterize it if you wanted to add another one. Now you just click this plus. It's so nice, so you can have two on the same layer. Okay, so this I think is the, let's compare. Yes. So this is the outline and text color. So I think I'm just gonna make it match by selecting this color. Let's do the same thing with the blue one. And make it match. Ooh, it's so pretty. And now we want to change the bubble color. So let's get it more in pink range. In fact, I'll just select, I think, this color. And this color. Let's put some in between. Well, that seems good for now. Let's do the other one. So what did I select? This, and then I made it a little lighter. That's good enough for now. So they're taking up the space. And I might just leave it like that. Could be good enough. Like I said yesterday, once I feel really good about the piece, I'm going to send it to my top critiquers and get their feedback before I finalize it. So this is something that I'll ask them about. Do the speech bubbles look right? Especially compared with the other entries. But right now, seems good. So now we can go back to trying to decide where the space-filling sound effects are going to go. So I gotta create this again. Sound effects map. Oh good, my yellow color that I had picked is still there. Time to rearrange the workspace again. Keyboard and mouse off to the side. Tablet down into the lap. Stylus in hand. Okay. It's still a bit... what's the term? It's, it's hard. It's hard to make a decision, but I've got to do it. I have got to choose some paths. So let's just choose some paths for some text to follow. There are some rules in my head. I don't want them to crisscross, because that's just visual confusion with everything going on in here. So we will... But I also want to create all kinds of different directions, because we've got bees flying all over the place. So maybe we can have something like this. Here's one that comes in and goes out. We could have one that comes from under. And one that comes from under this big pink one. And something like this too. That could be good enough to start with. Let me zoom out. Sorry about my crackling chair if that's annoying or anything. I don't know how it comes across on the microphone. Alright, I want to change up here a little bit. Change blending mode. And make the, whoops, change this one a little bit. Wait, I don't want the line bigger because then I'll have to make the eraser even bigger. Or something like that, and then that way I could have a little bump here. Or maybe even just a line coming out. Well, Just didn't want this bee to feel like they were being excluded. I wanted to create something that feels like it's from them, so maybe something like that. We can even have a little something here. Or maybe not. We don't have to have something everywhere. So this bee is all quiet, so maybe we actually have... Ah, no! I forgot to change the blending mode. Maybe we have the speech bubbles going under this flower. Because this flower has so much character. We could protect it a bit. And it does help me if I think of these lines as being associated with one or another bee, because that can help determine where I would place the text, either above or below bees or flowers. guess it doesn't really matter. I'm just trying to get the idea. Keep redrawing that line. It doesn't matter that much. Okay. And maybe instead of this, no! Also, let's make the size bigger. I'm really liking these curves. I do have this one sticking out here and there's one sticking out here, but I feel like another curve right here would be nice. Fill this little space. Okay, so just refining. If this line is associated, it's not necessarily that the sound is being made by a single bee, but this line is crossing the path of both this bee and this one, and they're both below the blue. So let's make the speech, or the sound effects, below that bee. Same thing for this one, because it's crossing the path of this little bee down here. And so I think that should also mean that it's below this flower. So we don't want to cover up this bee. Instead, we could let this little bit be coming from this one. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, XD. I'm glad you think so. I'm feeling much better than yesterday about this, figuring this little puzzle out. I think most of these lines will be under the speech bubble. So this one isn't particularly associated with any bee on the screen, but it could be associated with some bee off the screen, out of the frame. I think for the most part in this piece we will keep the sound effects off of the speech bubbles. This one's definitely associated with this little bee, and it's definitely under this flower, so I'm erasing the guide to help me remember that I am deciding now that I want this line of text, I'll eventually put a line of text here, I want it to be under this flower. Same goes for this here, kind of associated with that pink one. And just mapping it out. So we could have it be above the pink one, and we could have this be below. That way we're not covering the most important part of the bee, which is the head, because we humans love to look at faces. And if this line of text is on top of these flowers, then I think it should be on top of this flower. So I'll leave that. This line doesn't have anything to worry about. There's nothing but the background. It'll definitely be on top of that. And it's hard to decide whether to cover this flower up, but it would be cool to create a little space between this really giant bloom and this partial bloom below it by putting the text in between. So I think I will have this one be on top. And over here, this line is more associated with this bee, which is very, very, very low compared to everybody else in altitude. But maybe, looking at the size, this bee and this flower are on a similar plane, perhaps, so I'm going to have it just be under this big bloom, but on top of this little bud. And that way we've got even more definition of the different planes that we're working with. This one is associated with this little green fellow, so let's put it under this flower. And under the pink bee, of course. I want to leave a little bit there. And so I guess that would, this is all part of the same line actually, so it would probably be under this fluffy spent flower as well. So hopefully future me will be able to tell that's what this is meant to be. Maybe I'll do a little dot so I can tell this is meant to be underneath, but I'm helping myself see that this is all one line of text right here. Meant to be. Okay, future me, remember that. And I have this big line. I don't really want to do one right on top of the main character. The main character is definitely this big, huge bee on each side of the page. But it would be on top of this flower. And let's see. I guess it would technically go. I see. This is all the same. It's underneath the flower on this side though. And on top of this one. But that's possible. Could be that it travels up. Sound effects don't have to remain on the same plane, so we could be above this bee but below this flower, but then it comes out on top of the flower but it's below this bee. So let's do that. That's perfectly acceptable. Okay, have I addressed everything? This last line here. Who do I want to associate it with? I think this little bee. It's going right through their flight path. So that would mean underneath this purple one. And, oh, it's just barely touching any of this flower, but I'll have it go like that. Okay, that seems like a good blueprint. Oh, and it's perfect timing for the first break of the stream. Yay! Alright, everyone. Let's all take a break. Let's get stretched and refreshed. I am going to put my be right back sign on, and I will be back in about 5 minutes. everyone, I'm back. I hope you had a great break. I'm all stretched out and ready to resume work, although I am going to get a little bit of water out of my shaker bottle. Still is quite warm in here. Definitely not going to get cooler with all my lights on and my PC running. I mean, my PC is almost always running, but it's working extra hard right now. Oh, thank you, Exie. Thank you for the welcome. Thank you for sticking with me. Okay. Yeah, I quite like this. I feel like I achieved what I wanted to, which is having the sound effects going in all different directions. I just need to start adding them, keeping in mind how big they're going to be based on how high up they are. So I'm going to go over this map one more time with a wider brush for the really high up ones. I'm double checking all my settings. Okay, everything looks good. So this is one of the highest up lines, I feel like. Do I have one that's particularly associated with this blue bee? No. Alright, well this is one of the highest up, we'll say. And it comes out over here too. And this one goes down. This one can be pretty high up too. We've got all this space right here to use. And this one could be fairly high. Okay, let's do a medium-ish kind of size. This one's a bit higher. It's still underneath some stuff. Oh, this one too, for sure. Oh, this one carries on all the way over here, so let's make that bigger. Let's make this one a little bit bigger too. It's higher up than the one next door right there. I guess we could make this one actually fairly big. So there's like nothing going on right here. You can fill it up nice and full right there. Okay, that's probably enough definition. So, back to my other workspace setup. Moving my tablet. So I need my keyboard and mouse. This is pretty exciting. Yesterday it was feeling really overwhelming. Even earlier today it was feeling overwhelming. But this is why I like live streaming so much, because it makes me face it. Face the problem that I created for myself. I mean, it's all fun, but sometimes it's so overwhelming that you forget. Okay, so I've got these different sound effects layers already in place. They need a bunch of changing, but we can turn them back on so I see what I already have to work with. Something I can do, I've never really done it before for one of these, I don't think. Maybe I did. But for the most part, I've been using that text transform tool. What is it called? I don't think it tells me when I hover. It's like this, whatever this tool is. I mostly have been using that, but what I can do is create a path, if I can remember how to do it. And it will just follow these lines that I've created. So let's see if I can figure out how to do that. It's under here, a line tool, I think. No, oh, how am I? Oh, it's making them making different layers. How did I do this? It's like you could put points. Oh wait, I think it's a pen tool. Path selection tool. Ah, it's its own separate thing. I can't make one off though. Oh, what's this? Okay, that's the selection tool though. Direct selection tool. How do I do this? I know there's a way to do this. Polygon. Oh, it was line tool, I guess, but shape, fill. Path. Ooh, that's what I wanted. No, okay, maybe I hit shift and I can add. Okay, I have to Google it. I have not done this in so long. How to create a path for text on Photoshop 2025. I don't want some ancient CS5 instructions or something. Yeah. First creating the path using the shape tool or the pen tool. Yeah, where's pen tool? That's what I remembered. Pencil. No. Eraser. No, that's not the reload. What's this? Oh, I don't need that. Where? Oh, here it is. Derp. Looks just like a pen nib. It's even what I was looking for, but I couldn't see it. My eyes couldn't see it. Woo. Okay. Yay! I used to use this so much back in the days. Photoshop 7. I have not used it in so long. Freeform. What's this one? Can I just draw it and... Ooh, can I just use my stylus and go like this? Oh, this is awesome! Look, I can! Yay! I don't remember that being a thing. How do I remove this? Alt? Is it like other ones? Can I minus it with Alt? Or, nope. Shift? How do I remove it? I want to remove this point. Delete anchor point tool. Yay! And this one. Oh, Choppy, you ready to come in? Come on, Choppy! Come on, you can do it! Okay, watch the bottom puppy cam. Here she comes. Good girl, Choppy. She finally decided she's ready to come back in. Eggsy. There you go. Thank you. Yay, I did it. Awesome. Now, how do I put the text on here? Can I just, wait, what do I do? Where did my search go? Hover over the path until the cursor changes, indicating it's ready to add text along the path. Select type tool. Place a text cursor. Okay. I'm hovering over the path and nothing's happening. Oh! There it is! Yay! How it has that wibbly line right there. That's exactly what I wanted. Oh, I'm so happy. Okay. Get the wibbly line. Now it will write along this path. I'm so happy. Oh, it's so cool that I can just draw it. I do not think that decades ago, I don't think that was a part of this when I first started using Photoshop. I was in high school, and that was a long time ago for me. That was literally over 2 decades ago, because last year my class had their second 10-year reunion. I didn't go because I I didn't really have that many friends in my class necessarily. I had my group of friends in high school, and we were in all different years. So I would rather just go, hang out with my high school friends than meet up with people that I literally never met before anyway. You know what I mean? Maybe you don't, but I have not gone to any of those class reunions, and I don't really feel like I am missing out because of that or anything. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take this. Control Alt. Oh, it's still doing that crazy thing from yesterday. I'm asking too much of Photoshop with this. My ambition is a little bit too strong. Okay, Control X, and we're going to put it in here. Control Alt and Control V. Oh, why is it so small? Why is it only this little teeny tiny area? What the heck? This isn't quite working. Because before it was only showing the L of the lorem ipsum. See, look, just this L is showing. What the heck? Let me also make my sound effects map. Let's do 50% so that I can see through what I'm doing. See, for some reason only the L is showing up. Odd. It's odd. Why is it doing that? It's got the whole path here. And then I click here, and it does have this little X thing. I don't know what that's about. Chappie, please don't bark. Nothing's going on. Alright, everybody, let Chappie back out. Oh, Eva's gotta go check it out too. Out you go, puppies. What an exciting second hour we're having here on the Studio Mikarts stream. Why did you put... Oh my god. Oh, sorry. Sorry. It startled me too. She barks at any sound that sounds like someone is knocking on the door or coming in the house or anything. And I think you've been with me long enough to know that she didn't used to do that. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was also startled. Because I didn't hear anything. I don't know what she heard. I mean, she's got huge ears. She's got those huge bat ears, so she can definitely hear better than me, but... Yeah, I wasn't expecting it. Now Eva just knocked on the door to come in. She kind of pounded on the door. Let me let her back in. Are you done? Eva doesn't bark too much, but if there's something exciting going on, she doesn't want to miss out either. So why is it not following the entire path? Text on path disappearing 5 months ago. Guess I'll click that. Use direct selection tool or path selection tool to drag the text. Okay. Oh, look, it's moving along the line. Why is it not very big? I got a lot of learning to do today. What is up with this? Oh, where'd my little L go? Oh, it's... I was reading the rest of that post. What else can I do here? Why is it being cut off? Why can't I... What is this little circle with an X in it? Okay, I'm gonna have to do another search, I think. Text on path is limited to a single letter. There are usually 2 lines that indicate where the text should start and end on a path. There is this X, and there's this X with a circle around it. I don't... It doesn't really... Well, let's see. What if I do... What if I do direct selection tool? Look at this little dot. Oh. Ah, no! What the heck? Well, more of the text is showing. Why? What is this? Path, direction, start, endpoints. Check the direction. Paths. Drag the ends. Start and end points are too close together. Position incorrectly. Pack selection. Hover the endpoints of the text. When you see a triangle pointing left or right, drag it to expand the text area. That seems like what I need. So it says... Well, I see left. I see a left and right arrow. Oh, look, 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 there's another one. Yay! Oh, I had to drag it all the way to the beginning. Oh, look, I figured it out. Ah! Wow. I am learning so much. It's so exciting when I can figure it out. It's a little frustrating. Let's go! It's a little frustrating when it's a mystery as to what's happening, but it's so exciting when I figure it out. Oh, need some more water. Need some more water for all this excitement. Also, it's so hot. I can't believe how hot it is. I'm in the basement. It should be cool. Oh, okay. Let's see. Yay! My text is still remembered. Now I wonder if I can... make it run around the middle? Run through the middle? Or if it has to be on the top or bottom of the path. I mean, this is fine because then it's not covering up this B, but I'm just kind of wondering about that. Okay. Okay, we've got our first buzz, buzz, boom, boom on here. Let's make sure to get this effects layer moved. I'm definitely going to change the colors and stuff, but for now, this is pretty good. I might... Okay, so we've got a Z. Ah! I hate how it does that. Why? I wanted to remove that Z so that we can see boom right here. Before it was just boo and a Z. So now we've got buzz. And if we add a space here. Alright. I'm trying to... So what if we delete something this way? Oh, it doesn't matter because it's... trying to get boom and buzz. Both to show up fairly well. So that's alright. I would like to make this space a little bit smaller. So I guess I can do that. We'll just make the text size smaller right here so that the space gets smaller. Whoops. I'll add another space here, I think. Oh, it always pushes that one away. I'm going to delete this other buzz. And then do more spaces. I think I gotta add some spaces afterward. Nope, it doesn't do anything. Ah, no! We are so close to what I'm trying to do. It's weird to be all topsy-turvy like this. Oh! That's getting closer. I'm trying to avoid tangents, but I think what's happening is that it won't allow this B to go beyond the edge, but I want it to. I don't know if I can bring the path outside of the frame. If I do path selection tool, can I do that? Where did my path go? It done disappeared. Oh, Exy's gotta go to bed. That cute little kitty's sleeping. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for always supporting me and coming back when you can. I hope you have a great night's rest. See you next time. Bye. I'm waving with my cursor too. Bye. I don't know if that's visible. I can't find my path. Where did the path go? How do I grab this? I want to pull this off. I want it to extend off the page. Is that possible? It is possible. Yay! So I want to allow this one that kind of space too. Ah, this is what I wanted. Ah, I'm so happy. So happy. Oops, wrong way. It's hard because it goes upside down and I don't know which way is which. Okay, it doesn't look like I have anything there. It also doesn't seem like it's actually allowing me. So this is what I want, I think. Well, I don't know, actually I kind of like it better like that. Okay, we'll leave it like this. So let's change the stroke color. I think I'm going for more greenish. So this isn't particularly associated with any bee. So I'll just sort of associate it with the green below, I guess. And then, oh no, I want to go to the gradient overlay and change the gradient. That one's pretty. Oh, that one's nice too. Of course, I don't have to stick with these presets. But I like using them as a start. So this is a little bit too bright yellow because it's clashing with that outline. So I want a little darker than that. Kind of like this one, other than the green is a little bit too aqua. I feel like I want a little bit more grass green. Let's try that and have, I don't remember what opacity I was doing on these other ones. I'm sure it was different from layer to layer. That's the speech bubbles. Let's see. Sound effects. So this one was 90. This one's 100. Well, what one is this that's 100? Huh. It's definitely clear, so I wonder how it's 100. Oh, I see. So this one is 90 and 100, but the whole layer, the whole group, is at 50% opacity. I guess I'll start with 50% and then we can edit later once everything is on the screen, if it seems like it's too much or too little. So we can delete this layer because we're just no longer using that one. I like that better. The buzz was very strong and this boom wasn't very strong. So it meant the buzz is competing with this B here. Over here, there's no one to compete with, so it's okay if the boom takes up a little bit more space. Okay. One done. However many more to go. And I might change all kinds of stuff by the end, but right now I'm going to focus on just getting these text layers on to the illustration, and then I will edit their sizes and stuff more precisely after that. So this is so great now that I know I can use the freeform pen tool to create, a simple, my monitor moved as I did that, to create a simple path. I'm going to delete that. Oh wait, you know what? I don't want to delete that. What I want to do is move that one. Yes. Wait, actually add this to direct selection. No, that's not what I wanted actually. I want to move this single square. How can I do that? I forgot how I did it. Maybe path selection tool after all. Nope. How did I do it before? Convert point maybe? No. How did I move this before? Pen tool? Can't be that. That just moves the whole canvas. I'm gonna figure this out, dang it. How come? Direct selection tool. Do we have to click on it first? Yeah, you do. Okay. I have to click on it first to let it know what I want to use, and then it'll let me. Actually, I might want to change this. Wah! No. Move this whole thing down a bit. But I guess I can mess with that a little bit more later after I get the text on. So, and there's that little swirly line, so I know it's actually going to type on here. Wow, the text is huge. Huge. So I'm going to turn on this buzz, copy one of them, then go back onto this one. Well, I don't want it to be B, a bee, because we're working with bees. Ah, look. This is how we did it before. How do I... No, having it upright is fine. How did I do that before? Ah, this is how I did it. And then... why? No. Okay, I'm gonna drag that. And then you go until it's... I'm gonna drag that, but not down. No, I don't want you to be down. Why are you down? Why? Why does it flip upside down when I get to the end? No, stop. Fine. Well, just barely not at the end. Ooh, Eva's having a dream already. You can see her, mostly you can just see her back foot there in the upper puppy cam. What I want to do now is move the whole thing. Maybe I just use the move tool. Oh, yeah, we just use the move tool apparently. So, if I actually want it to be this big, I have to... Which it fills the space nicely. I think I'm going to have to add some points if I can. Add anchor point. Oh, it went away. How do I bring that back? Okay, there's that line. It keeps having a plus and then it disappears. Oh, I have to add it on the line? Okay, well then now I should be able to click this one. I want it. Okay, what I remembered before still works. Yay, you hold control, although it's like a weird circle thing. Alright, let me figure this out. Okay. Hold control, and then you can grab... Did it create a new one? Or what? Ugh. Direct selection tool. Click on this one and then move it. No. Control and then I want to... No, I don't want to move the whole thing. Ugh. Ugh. Yeah, it's like it's creating a new one. I want to select this one and move. Okay. Let's Google. Let's Google it. How to move a single point on a path in Photoshop. Direct selection tool. I think that's what I'm on. Yep. Click the anchor point. That's what I was doing. Drag the point to its new location. It's not doing it. It's creating a whole nother point. I'm reading through a little tutorial from Adobe. Shift drag. Oh, I don't need to do that. Is this point been here all along? No, it's just not letting me move. Oh, it finally let me. Oh my gosh. How do I reset this? This is a lot of learning. A lot of learning. But I can do this. I'm gonna be able to do this. Moving this all the way along. There we go. I wanted more than one letter to show up. Woo! Wish I had a way to reset these. At least I can do this, I guess. Let me just delete this point. I don't need it. Why does it keep whipping that over there? Okay. Now this can come up here, be a more gentle curve. Ah, there we go. Although the letters are not showing up well anymore, but we can edit that. Okay, there we go. Okay. So I'm gonna have to delete this. maybe we don't even need it to curve so much. Can make it much more gentle. And I guess we should make this text smaller because not very much shows up. There we go. Now we got a couple Z's in there. And from the context of seeing Buzz here, people will be able to understand that this is the end of a buzz. So we're going to drag the effects over there. And we can delete this layer. I guess I'll leave it at blue for now. We'll put a 50% opacity. The only thing I think at this point is that I would actually like to make this boom a lot bigger because this buzz is taking up the space. In fact, it's a little bit too close to this B here. Just to start, maybe I can just scooch it up a bit. Give that purple bee a little space, because this purple bee is not making any noise. The purple bee is landed on the flower and busy collecting whatever bees collect. This boom appears so small. So easy way to deal with that is just to literally make the text bigger. Oh, really, Photoshop? Why? Why you struggle so much? Guess if I delete, seems to be a lot of data. Actually, I thought I had deleted it all, but apparently not. Okay, I'll just keep hitting delete until it seems like it's gone. Okay. Seems like it's gone now because the name changed from really, really long string of text to just Buzz Boom Boom. So that seems better. We go 150 is too big of a jump. And we can go to 85. I guess maybe that's a little too tight next to this buzz here. About 80. Okay, let's leave that like that for now. We'll work with that. Next, I guess I'll go down here. Oh, it's adding more. No, I don't want to add more. I'm trying to click on the point. Okay, I'm going to delete this point. Makes a lot of extra ones that I don't need when I draw it to the edge. Here we go. Honestly, it's making more points than I need. So maybe instead of the freeform one, I should just go use the basic tool because it's making it a little bit more complicated than I need. Okay. Yeah, for a curve like this, all I literally need is 2 points. Okay, let's add some text. Oh, it's upside down. This time let's add boom boom, because we added buzz up above. Trying to keep it even so that boom and buzz is boom boom and buzz are depicted fairly evenly. I'm not actually going to count, but just making sure not to favor one too much over the other one. Yeah, we definitely need to make this face upways. How did I do that before? Is it path selection tool? I think it was, because I think I can do this. Yay! They seem really far apart. Doesn't seem to want to let me make the space between letters smaller. It'll let me do 0, it won't let me do any of these. I wonder if that's because it's on a path? I'm not sure what that's called, but I'm going to try to search. why I can't change that. I know there's a term for the space between letters. It's a specific word. I've definitely heard it before. I can't remember it. Kerning, that's what it's called. Make sure text is selected. Okay, text is selected, but it literally will only let me choose metrics, optical, or zero. Optical does bring them together a bit more, which is nice. But they still seem way too far apart. Maybe if I extend the Okay, now at least I've got boom boom mostly on the screen, so that's good. Extending this endpoint really helped. Oh, it's about break time. Well, there's quite a bit more left to do on here, like adding the effects and changing them. So let's just go ahead and take a break. Right on time. I'm going to put my be right back sign on. I encourage everyone else to get stretched and refreshed. I will be back in about 5 minutes. everyone, I'm back. I hope you had a great break. Time to get back to work on this piece. Let's put these stroke. Wait, we don't just want all the effects. Let's put the effects on this layer. And we can delete this one, and we will just boom. We will just copy the effects from other layers from here on out. So which one was this? This one. So, actually, I just ate a yummy kiwi. One of those golden kiwis. They're so sweet and yummy. But now, I feel like I need some chapstick. I'm going to put some chapstick on. And I'll get to work on this. Okay. Ah, that's better. Alright, let's definitely change gradient overlay. This one is associated. I'm associating it now with this purple bee. So let's try to find a gradient or create a gradient that looks like it goes. We don't want it to compete, but we're going to put it on. Oh, this might be good. We're going to put it on a higher transparency, so no, something like this where it's mostly purple. Yeah, let's just do that one. And for the stroke, let's make it a purpley color. A little brighter. And then I'm putting everything so far on 50, so we're going to use that as the baseline. Wait, where did my effects changes go? Why didn't it? Why didn't it apply those changes? Did I click the wrong button? Yes, I must have. Also, I just realized I can close this. And not have it running in the background. Get a little bit of resources back. Okay. Why didn't it save? Okay, I think we went with this one. And I kind of want to reverse that and turn it toward where the light's coming from. It's a little blue though. Let's change this. And then the stroke. Maybe I accidentally clicked cancel? I don't know why I would do that, but something happened. Okay. Click OK. Now it's applied. Now let's try changing the opacity. Okay. It stayed. Yay! I was imagining this bigger, but I really like how I can have boom boom in here, so I wonder if I should just keep it like that. Okay, next. Here's another big path. So I'm just going to try the regular pen tool to start. Ah, yes, this is familiar. I used to use this all the time. I remember this. Yeah, this is way better than that freeform drawing one. It was a cool idea, but this is just so much more simple. Now, add the text. Gotta wait until we get that wavy line. Wow, there it is. It's so weird how I have to like carefully aim until it finally clicks. I don't know why I have to do that. Now I'm going to copy. Let's take this line. This boom, 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 boom. We're going to take this line and put it right in the middle. Where is it? Oh, it's up here. Control all. Actually, we'll just take a single boom boom and then paste that as many times as we need in this other layer. And I need to use that one tool. So I think it was the direct selection tool. Yeah. We want it to have to just keep blindly searching for when it changes to the right cursor. We want this to go all the way to the end. There we go. Now we can go back to the text. And let's make this bigger. I imagined this as a bigger sound effects line. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to move this point. Oh, I'm just going to go ahead and move. I didn't think it would move, but it did. I'm going to have to do something about this. The way the letters are jutting up against each other here, that's troublesome. We don't want that. Ah, I see. This X has moved from where it was before. There's so much to pay attention to here. I want this X all the way at the beginning. There, that's good. I've just got this little section right here. I wish this would come up closer, but it's not allowing me to adjust the kerning. Maybe it'll let me do it now on this layer for some reason. Will you let me? Hey, oh, no. Well, I was reading it could be the font itself that doesn't allow it, and that would make sense because this font is different from what I was originally using. The one I was originally using is gone, and this one is now have the bold. It used to be the bold version of this that I was using, but now it's all one font apparently. I just have to let that be. So I don't know how to force it. Here I can just add a space. Yeah. Well, that's a bit better. I was imagining this a lot bigger. Right here I've drawn this yellow line being one of the biggest sound effects strings in the scene. The remote is literally plugged in right now. I don't know why it gives me that notification sometimes. Oh, that's too big. Jumps way too high. I think 80 is what I used over on the side there. I wish I didn't have this huge amount of space. But I guess it's because it's on this path. Maybe if I make the curve a little less strong. In fact, maybe I can do without this point and just adjust this one. That should be a lot smoother anyway. It does seem better. There's not a space there, but it's still so close. It's a bit frustrating. It won't let me adjust the kerning. And yeah, it creates a huge amount of space between them here and then jams them all together here. I can work with the space bar to create space between, but I can't maintain the size as far as I know. There's no workaround to make them squish up. I don't know what to do. Well, metrics, opticals seem to help squish them up a tiny bit. So if I can't change it, at least I can change. If I can't change it by number value, I can at least change it to that optical setting. That seemed a little bit better. No, that's too close. And if I make this space in between smaller. Maybe I need to pull this down farther. It's not letting that show right there, and I want that to show. Whew! I know what I'm doing now, but it's still a lot more work than I expected. There, now it's showing. Yay! Let's zoom out so I can see this endpoint some more. pull it way out here. Still trying to figure out this kerning thing because I relied on that heavily in the previous pieces. So this is a problem. Oh, look, there's a different box here. Oh, I think I figured it out thanks to these people in this Adobe community post talking about the same thing. This is doing the same thing. It was here all along. It was just over to the side. It didn't used to be over on this side. It used to be right here. Ah, please let that be the answer. It will help me so much. Oh, yay! That's what I wanted. Here it is. Oh, I'm so glad. I am so glad. Which means I can actually make these bigger if I want. Okay, first I'm going to get rid of those spaces I had added before. And then just have this. So now, Yokata! I can change it! I'm so happy! Thank goodness for the internet. Figured that out thanks to the internet. Thanks to other people confused about the same thing. It's just that it was literally changed where it was in the menu. Okay, so now, first I'm gonna, so I already reduced that by 100, but it's still, let's do minus 200. But here, we want to increase the spacing. And right here we could just put a space, that's fine. Ah, it's so much better. Yay. So we could even make the text bigger now. And I'll probably have to change that kerning, but if we do 100. Boom, 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 boom. to change it just between these two. Okay, it's getting a bit tough to see it, so I'm going to put these copy layer style and paste layer style. Oh, it's doing that crazy thing again. You can't even see the letters. At least applying that helps. Okay, in between these two. And these two, we actually want to increase the space. Wow, I hope that's what it selected. I cannot tell. Oh, no, it's pulling those two together. Okay, let's see. This one and this one. I want to increase the distance. No, not minus. Well, at least not that much. Okay, minus 200. Maybe minus 250. Minus 300. Alright. Yay. So glad I figured that out. It seemed super weird that I wouldn't be able to do that, but I don't even know what this tool is now. What is this? I don't know. This is the one I wanted. Okay. These two. And that one, actually. I want to increase the space between. Let's do more than that. Well, that's good for that one, but these two, let's make it more. Alright, we'll call that good for now. Let's change the colors. This one's associated, going through the flight path of this green bee here. Oh, I just realized this is meant to be connected because this other green bee. So let's actually expand this. And eventually we'll change it so that it will be underneath the blue bee, but that's a completely different step, so. And how do I add? I want to add a point. And then we can move it. Alright. Now we're gonna have to figure out, wait, what am I doing here? Okay, I want this X here, and I want X goes there. And this one goes all the way at the other end. Oh, text seems upside down. Let's try to fix that. How do I do that? There we go. So we're going to select all and put it back at 0 so that I can start over. Guess I'll put this back on metrics. That was the default. I don't know what that is. Don't want to mess with that. I found the setting that I actually want to mess with. Okay, so boom, boom. We're going to copy this and paste it one more time to fill this space. Oh, but this endpoint came back up. Why? Why do you do this to me, thingy? Okay, I want this X. I want this to be all the way over here. Yes, that's what we want. Yay. So look at this huge space left right here. Let's edit. I'm going to edit letter by letter, I guess. So this first area, these ones, they're all a little too close to each other. I'm going to increase that spacing. Right here. It seems a little too close, but maybe it's okay. But right here, that definitely needs to be made much, much smaller. Okay, that's too much. Aha, that's better. Okay, then these two. Increase. Alright, that's too much. Oh, I guess it actually needed to be decreased. And the same with these two. I'm getting confused about what I'm selecting. Okay, I want these two letters. Actually, maybe all three of them. We need more space here. Dang, I did all that work and I realized I've got it way too high up. Alright, so let's change it some more. This is why these pieces take so long. Here we go again. Okay, we're gonna start over at 0 again. So I've adjusted almost, I think, every point on this path, so. And I decided, even though I'm covering up this bee, I don't necessarily have to cover up all of the bees to show this difference in height. And covering up this bee is less of a sacrifice than this one, because ultimately this is designed to be printed as a book, and the gutter is right here. So these bees in the middle, even though this one right here is like my favorite bee in the whole scene, it's going to be printed in the gutter, and so will this bee. So it won't even be completely visible anyway. So I've moved this down from where I had originally drawn that. Now I think I'm ready to adjust for the final time. Let's see. So we want more space in between these. So maybe a little less space between these two. A little more space between these 3. I don't know what I had it on. 200 seems fine. This one I want a tiny bit more, so we'll put 250 for this one. But then these 4 are all too far apart. 100 is good for that. Those two. This one needs to be even closer. I don't know why I keep typing 220. Keep double tapping the 2 instead of the 0. Minus 350. No, we need way more. Minus 450. Minus 500. Might be a bit too close still. Even so. I don't know which ones I'm working with. This one and this one. Alright, I'll leave it. Okay, that's the front of the boo, front of the front of the boo, front of the Okay. It's hard to tell which ones I'm selecting. Oh my goodness. Did I finally achieve it? I think this one actually needs to come together a little bit. Oh, that's too close. Why did it change this one too? I didn't want that one to also change. That's too much. Well, that's good enough for now. Let's change the stroke and gradient overlay colors. This one I have associated more with these green bees, so let's do a green overlay. See what's here in the presets. If I like one, I'll use it. If not, I'll pick my own. That's probably good. Just the green version of the color it was before. It's already on 50% opacity. Now this is making me feel like I want to make this bigger. Now that I figured out how to adjust the kerning. Ah, no! I've got to use this thing. There. I learned that technique yesterday. Double click on this little T icon if you can't select it, because it likes to select whatever the top text layer is, even if you don't click on where the text actually is. Did it again. I have to get used to that. Now that I've done boom, 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 boom in that big line, I feel like maybe this one should actually be buzz. Because we've got boom, buzz, buzz, boom, boom. So maybe we can put a buzz here and break it up a little bit instead. Oh shoot, I have to do that. Actually, I want this one so I can copy paste this. Since the font is a different color, or since it's a different font. Oh, shoot. Always forgetting I need to do that. Here. Oh yeah. Maybe this is what was bothering me. If we make it even bigger. Oh, might be too big. What about 80? I just realized I haven't saved in quite a while. It's a good idea to save. I've been doing so much work. Yes, I like that much better. Okay. Well, we still got 7 minutes. Let's work on adding another line. Because we'll just try to finish. Well, maybe not finish, but work on this side. Let's do this little line that's in between. That's flowing in between here, following the path of the pink bee. Maybe we'll put it under the bee too. We could put this text under this bee and then we wouldn't be losing it so much either. But I'm learning I need to make these paths way bigger than I think. Like huge. They need to way, way, way bigger. Oops, I didn't want to move it. I wanted to create the little swirlies. My language is so professional. I want to create swirlies. Help me, Photoshop. Help me create swirls. The swirly dorly tool. So professional. Okay, I purposefully made this way bigger than it needs to be. Way, way bigger. On purpose. Did it on purpose. Oh. Okay, I think what I have to do is turn this layer off. Where did my thing went away? Sad. Is it making it on that same layer? No, 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 no. I want it on a new layer. Oopsie, my bad. I didn't realize it was doing that. No, it's not doing that. What? Yeah, it's on its own. Why? And drag segment. Okay, that's good. But then when I have edit type later, it's like it added it. Maybe I have to make a new layer on my own. Maybe that's how to do it. Oh, right, and I have to wait until I see that little swirling addition. Perhaps I have to turn off all the other text layers to make it show up. Yeah. That's a bit frustrating. Oh well, at least I know that now. So let's see, I've got buzz, boom. Let's do another buzz, buzz, boom, boom one. Another combo version. So turn this layer back on so I can copy it. And go to my lorem ipsum layer. And what have we got here? Next buzz to be repeated twice. And then have the boom. Ah. So we want it to say buzz, buzz, boom, boom. You can make it a lot smaller though. Not small? Is that too small? It's hard to say without seeing the other layers. So let's turn them back on. So we can fit it in between. Blast it. Okay, I want to increase the size of this. Yeah, that seems good. Now they seem about the same height. So now I can copy this, paste it so that it goes on long enough. Why does it go away sometimes? I try to click on the end, but it just disappears sometimes. It's a freaking mystery. I don't understand how it works sometimes. I don't understand the logic. Wah. I'm definitely not going to keep it this long, but I figure I'll make it like this, and then I'll erase it away. I'll rasterize it and then erase it away later. Because that's how I'm going to get this to be on top or underneath certain elements anyway. So I'm imagining this one ending, going under these two flowers and ending there. Why is this so long? This one is really, really long. You can't even grab it. So I'm trying to get the letters to fit in between the B's. We're almost at time for the stream, so I think I'll call it good here. I've done a nice 3 hours plus breaks of work. Say this is good. This is good for today. Let's save. Good for today. Woo! We are so close to done. I am so excited. I've got 3 weeks this month. of live streaming. My updated schedule includes 3 days, 3 hours, so 9 hours a week of work on this, which is way more. That's 3 extra hours. That's like more than a whole day compared to my previous streaming schedule. So I can't say for sure I'll get this done this month, but I have high hopes. So let's make sure I saved. Okay, I definitely saved. And we are now at time. So let's call it good for today. That is it for today's live stream. Thank you so much for spending this time with me and for everything you do to support Studio Mikarts. Special thank you to Exie, who is hopefully enjoying a nice jaunt through Dreamland by now. But an extra special thank you for resubscribing for 32 months. Thank you so much. If you're new to my channel and want to see more, please follow Studio Mikarts on Twitch to get notified next time I go live. You can also support me by becoming a Twitch subscriber to get ad-free viewing and cute emotes, joining my Patreon for lovely illustrations in the mail, or sending some creative fuel through Buy Me a Coffee. All the links are in my Twitch About section. I'll be streaming again tomorrow. I don't know if you guys can't tell, but Eva's trying to help me out here. She's come over to me and put her head in my lap. I'll be streaming again tomorrow, this same project, so I hope to see you then. Either way, let me wish you a wonderful rest of your day, and thank you for watching!